Hello, and welcome to this edition of the I-80 Quarter System Master Plan podcast series. I'm here today with Coy Peacock, Project Manager for the I-80 Quarter System Master Plan study. Coy's with the Program Development Office of the Nevada Department of Transportation. We're going to take a few moments today to discuss the livability and sustainability self-assessment tool and recent telephone conversations we've had with some of the participants on instructing how to best complete that. So Coy, what did you think of that recent experience?
Mike, I thought it was very beneficial. I had taken the assessment tool and ran through the questions and answered them myself. And I didn't have quite the understanding I thought I might. It was, it was a little bit difficult. I'm looking at it from the Department of Transportation's viewpoint, but there were some things missing for me. So when we had the meeting, I really enjoyed the interaction with the other participants. We kind of discussed what the information that we were talking about was.
Yeah, for me, and I was participated in that call as well, and I found it interesting the different perspectives that were brought by the different people depending on how they were looking at that self-assessment tool. And I think what we want to emphasize and impress upon people when you do complete that livability self-assessment, be sure that you understand the perspective you're coming from. So for me, I was completing it not as my role as a technical task force lead, but as a citizen of Washoe County. And so I was looking at it in terms of how does my community incorporate transit and livability and sustainability principles like pedestrian access and things like that. So I thought it was extremely helpful. What would you hope to achieve with the follow-up conversations that we're going to have with that?
Well, I'm looking forward to the conversations, especially with the different types of participants, looking at it from a regional area, looking at it from a statewide Department of Transportation. The feedback that we get is going to allow us to do a better job at actually filling it out. While I was taking the actual assessment tool, taking the study, doing it, I answered a lot of those questions from a department's point of view. We've talked about it, but I don't think we've actually are participating in some of those things. I think the feedback we get from that will allow us to look forward and answer some of the questions that are we doing certain types of things.
Yeah, Coy, and I think one of the interesting comments that came out in that conversation was made by one of your colleagues, Tim Mueller. And Tim pointed out that one of the things we have to make sure we're doing is provide feedback. So people take these livability self-assessments and they're looking for some sort of understanding on, okay, what did you do with that information? So I know that this is an evolving process, but what are your thoughts on how we can provide feedback to the people that are taking this, and do you think that's important?
I think it's very important, Mike, to provide feedback to see where we came out. We haven't done this assessment analysis before, so we're not sure what to expect. The feedback is going to give some ideas what we need to work on, what we're doing fairly well at, and what we need to work on in the future to make it a better place to live.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And thank you very much for being with us today, Coy. And please visit i80vision.org for further information on the livability self-assessment, the GIS tool, and other things we're working on. So until next time.